just got to the boat. We've installed some of the B&G equipment. We will show you clips in a bit when we show you through, but we was having some work done by professionals. We are basically, the company said that they struggled to do it, so
we're gonna see if we can beat the professionals. I'm gonna give it a go and try and install the radar mount and the radar.
Don't do as we do, we're not professionals.
It's a bit tight on the tush. How do you tighten this?
So that's on the main halyard. Here's the main halyard, so I can pull it up when Jade is ready. Everything else is ready for Jade as well. Yeah, just gotta, Jade's getting the tools ready and getting herself prepared. And then we're going up. Well, I'm not going up, Jade's going up. I ain't doing that, it's crazy. Oh my god. Yeah? Whee! I wasn't dropping you. You okay, yeah? Yeah. Jade's up there now. She's drilling.
It's on now, it's done. My weapon is gone. What's up? We made it to the top of the mast. I say we, I'm here. Bryn's down there, but Bryn is doing a great job. But it's so cool. This is really cool. And I have a special delivery just brought up tonight. This is what I'm going to be adding on for the radar. Ooh. Yep. And that's the plan anyway. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Can you lower this? It keeps on bashing me. Maybe. Ah. Yeah, lower it down. God, I'm so gonna drop something. Yep. Yeah, loads, so many. So far so good. Obviously I've been up the mast now, which was not as scary as I thought actually. I actually really enjoyed it. It was quite fun once you're up there. And I've drilled a couple of the holes for the scan strut bracket that's going to hold the radar. I'm having some trouble with the riveting tool with this. I can't seem to close it when I'm up there to rivet. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm high on adrenaline right now. We were going to go and see if we can get a pop rivet gun, because that is what it says on the installation instructions. So I'm wondering if maybe this just isn't the right thing. I'm not sure. Maybe it's just not strong enough. Yo. So yeah, as I was saying, I was having some trouble. This is what Bryn's just come back with.
Much bigger. Much better.
The guys here at the chandlery have just lent it to us, so that's really nice. Hopefully that'll be easier. That looks a bit easier because like leverage on it.
Well, yeah, it's much longer, so it should be much better. Yeah.
So back to it. Wish us luck. And I always be So we're calling it for today, but we're happy with the progress. So we've got the mount up, so the scan strip mount is up, but we've got to drive back to Birmingham today because we're still not technically allowed overnighters on board, and we're right by the marina office, so we don't really want to be that cheeky. So we're driving back to Birmingham now. It's like a 3-hour drive, unfortunately, but yeah, it's been more effective than I thought. We've done quite well.
Yeah, it's been really good.
It was challenging. Like the rivet tool was ridiculous. Like, I don't know if I'm just like crazily weak or those tools are just hard to use, but that was the hardest bit. Like, my arms are absolutely killing me.
Yeah.
But other than that, it was all right. It was fun being up the mast. We did about 10 trips up and down, but
yeah, definitely. Easily.
But yeah, it's fun. I'm glad we did it.
I can't believe that we managed to.
I know.
Do it. I don't know why I have such little faith.
We need to have more faith in ourselves.
Yeah,
because we just instantly thought we probably wouldn't be able to do that job.
Yeah, we thought we'd try.
Yeah.
And then something would happen and we just wouldn't be able to.
But we managed it.
Well,
So,
you smashed it.
We need to have more faith.
Yes.
But yeah, so we're going to head back to Birmingham now. We're going to finish it off. We're going to come back on Friday and get the radar up.
Yeah, just going to pack away quickly.
Yep. And that's it.
Cool. Energy, energy, energy.
What's up, everybody?
What's up?
So you've just seen us, well, me, with help from Bryn.
You've just seen Action Girl going up the mast.
You've just seen me mess up the scan strip mount probably.
No.
No, so you've just seen we've installed the scan strip mount. Unfortunately, we didn't get to finish the radar as we said in the last one, and the plan was to do it today, but the winds are a bit high and just kind of nervous about going up the mast with such high gusts. So
Yeah.
unfortunately, we're going to leave the radar today. We're going to have a talk through our B&G equipment as well. We kind of want to speak through what Bryn's installed, because I actually had nothing to do with the B&G installation other than the radar because I wasn't here. Unfortunately, it was during lockdown and Bryn was travelling down and I was working back in Birmingham. So
Yep, thank you to Dan.
Yes,
because
thank you to Dan.
Dan's my brother-in-law and he basically came and gave me a massive hand, which made it so much easier.
yeah, I was useless. I was no use at all, but at least went up the mast.
Jade was not
I have
useless.
now paid my way. I've gone up the mast, which Bryn could not do without me. So I am now a valuable member of the team.
Right, let's start and show you basically where we started with this whole B&G install.
Yeah. So talk us through your goodies, talk us through your tech.
Okay,
Where shall we start?
So, unfortunately, it's very boring to start with if you come here.
Never. You're not boring.
Electronics is boring. This is actually the side we need to look at. So
Okay.
in here. So I've actually had to replace quite a lot of the electrics. So essentially, the first thing that you have to do, or we did, is we took out all the electronics that we're not going to need on the boat. So this included a chart plotter, some other stuff, some wiring, some cables. I also found some wiring that was no good. So I just replaced the whole loom of them sections. And there was a bus bar that was no good as well. So I replaced that bus bar, rewired it. And that was before we even started to look at how to put in the B&G equipment. So then the next thing that I had is the tri-juicer, which is actually installed down here. The tri-juicer that's in there, that was the first thing that I really had to think about. The hardest thing that I found was the best place to put it. On this boat, it was a nightmare. So we've put it where we've put it. I was going to fair it up at first, but eventually, again, I decided against that because it was a lot of work that I didn't think was necessary. Spoke to B&G, checked the angle of the hull, and on a sailboat, when you heel over anyway, you know, you can lose the depth. But I think when going into shallower waters, we're going to have a backup second and third depth anyway. So it wasn't something that I was too worried about. So we drilled a hole, put that in. Extremely scary, but it's done. So, and it doesn't leak. We're in the water now, so I'm happy. Boop. Stop it.
Bryn's thinking of what to say now, what to talk about.
Okay, so the next thing that I wanted to install was the ZG100. So that's a ZG100.
Yep.
And That's like our compass, heading, GPS, heel sensor. And as you can see, this wire runs back here. So this will all needs to go up eventually when everything's wired in. On top of that, I had to wire in a ActiSense, which is this little box here, and that's for the AIS, or at least I think it's for the AIS. I'm hoping that obviously when all this is finished, it all works. After that, it was actually the fun bit. It was installing the chart plotter and Triton 2. So to do this, me and my brother-in-law, we used the template. We just basically used the template, cut the hole, finished it with a belt sander. I will actually say, just quickly, there are easier ways to do this than what we did. If we'd have followed the instructions properly, it would have been more simple. But we didn't. We thought we'd make it harder for ourselves, but it was safer.
Classic.
So once these were in place, it was screw them in and wire them up. Have I got, I don't know if I'm going to be able to show, it's quite dark back there, but hopefully there's some clips. But I'll put the backbone behind there and then essentially just wired it in so that we have power. So behind this board here, you have instruments and all the different switches. So on the instrument section behind this, I've just wired the power for the chart plotter and the power for the backbone. So there's 2 power lines that run in, and I've wired them into instruments. Everything else is like push fit, and it's really simple. You just have to run wires back. That is essentially it.
Yes. So, as Bryn said, all we've got left now really is the radar and the wind indicator, as well as checking that everything works. So the scan strip mount is already up on the mast, obviously. Just got to put the radar on and drill a hole on the mast to feed the power cable down through here. And then also the wind indicator, which is this. I've already got a mount on it that needs to go at the top of the mast. And that will speak to a Bluetooth puck, which is also just in the quarter berth over there. Go take a look, Bryn.
Bluetooth puck. How simple would you say this B&G install is?
Yeah, like Bryn said, it's really like plug and play. Which I think, like you said, the hardest bit is the kind of wiring, and like it took you a long time to figure out where everything is and where it goes.
What would you say was the most stressful? Like you saw how I was.
Yeah.
What would you say I was most stressed about?
I actually think you were most stressed about the trijuicer.
I'd agree.
Yeah.
I would actually agree with that.
Because you were like, even just like the drilling the hole anyway was stressful. Like you were like, I really don't want to put a hole through if it's the wrong place and blah blah blah. And
we spoke to the people that make that transducer and B&G and just double checked it, because I was like, we're trusting Facebook experts. Some people were brilliant, like honestly some people were brilliant, but there was also a lot of hate. Overall,
yeah, touch wood, like obviously we haven't used it all yet, but we've switched it on, obviously. We've turned it on and it all comes on, which is good. But I don't think, like watching you do it and seeing your videos and stuff, it definitely wasn't as complicated as I thought it was going to be. No,
genuinely wasn't that bad.
You did amazing, if it works. If not, I'll take the high five back. So that's all we're doing for today. It's gonna be probably a couple of weeks, do you think? A couple more weeks?
I reckon a couple of weeks.
Till we can come back, and that's when lockdown restrictions are eased, and we're very happy about that. That means we're gonna be able to come for day sales, and then mid-April is when we can stay overnight again. So it's very soon that we'll be living back on board, we hope. Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, and just thank you again so much for subscribing and watching our videos. Like, we're like overwhelmed by the positivity and how lovely everyone's been.
Yeah, the comments are lovely.
Yeah, the comments are so nice, and everyone's really helpful and helping us learn, because obviously we're learning all the time. We don't know what we're doing half the time, but yeah. So if you're not already subscribed, obviously we really appreciate that, or even just a comment. Let us know what you do like, if you didn't like, any advice, any criticism. We never know what to say on this bit. We're really awkward.
Yeah.
Thank you anyway.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. And we'll see you in the next video.
Oh, you look so pretty. Stop it. Stop it.
I know you showed me your affection, but I was looking for perfection. so I'm